Good day everyone. Today the Group 7 will discuss the Module 7, Evaluating Success Measures Social Performance. The Group 7 presenters are first, yours truly, Steph Mendoza, followed by Maria Angeline Agrosada, Pinky Balsote, and Giselle Villanueva. Dive into the introduction. This chapter covers the four components of assessment in detail. The importance of continuous evaluation in social entrepreneurship, a process that entails involvement of identifying what should be measured and how often, using the results and making changes for improvement. And now let's discuss first the need assessment. Sources of information for objective and subjective data. When undertaking social actions, it is important to start with identifying a need and gathering information to determine the extent of the issue, its causes, and existing efforts to tackle it. It is simply want to say that it is very relevant to assess their problems and needs of your target people in order you can provide the solution for it. It's since social action is very important in knowing first the information in order you can provide the response or actions for your targeted people. Then let's talk about the importance of re-evaluating needs as change occur. First, we have a government and institutionalized sources. It includes the census, the police reports, the social service agency reports, hospital reports. The information on social issues explains that the relevant data about social issues can be collected from different sources, including official government agencies, as what I've mentioned. It's very important to re-evaluate since the data from census you can determine there, for example, the malnutrition cases, the police reports. Then in the social service agency you can determine there if what's the needs of your targeted people. As well with the hospital reports wherein it is listed there the illnesses and the diseases present in that area, by that you can able to respond or do actions for it. Then let's move on with the second one, the original data from focus groups or one-to-one interviews or surveys about the nature of the problem. Various methods to gather information on different aspects of social issues. For example, families affected by childhood illnesses can be interviewed, and physicians can complete online survey. Social workers, hospital administrators, and other service providers can also be interviewed on specific topics. On the focus group or one-to-one wherein it includes the interviewer and one interviewee. Wherein the example here is that a family is and a physician. It's as simple as that. Then the third one, observation and artifacts. It is the evidence in a community may be obtaining by observing people. To observe, it means that observations and artifacts you're going to, example, you're the researcher, you're going to live in that area, by that you will know their, you will know the reason or the problems in that area through your observation. Then the cyberspace or virtual sources explains that the emergence of internet searches has transformed secondary research in recent decades. Means that in the cyber or virtual sources, you will determine there through the various research and through the help of the linkages or the other researchers, it serves as the secondary research to support your study or your main path. Now let's move on with the process review. It is the examining efficiency of operations and performance evaluation. It includes first, cost of operation. Personnel costs are a significant expense in social action initiatives, with volunteers helping to lower the cost but requiring management and monitoring. In the process review, it includes the cost of operation, wherein we're determining there the costs intended for the operations. For example, personnel cost. Then through the help of the volunteers, it lessens the cost since you don't need to pay for the professional fees rendered by an individual. Now let's move on with the second process review, which is the performance evaluation. Clear goals and tasks should be set for both volunteers and paid members in social action initiatives. It simply means that even though you're a volunteers or you're a paid members, it is very important to have an evaluation, therefore to determine your actions or the performance that you have invested for that actions or the social entrepreneurship actions. Then the third one, which is the feedback. Effective feedback can be used to shape and track goals and evaluate progress. It's very important to have a feedback in order you can determine your actions soon, or your actions may be corrected, or you will do something better through the feedback. Then let's have the quality improvement process. Is a structured examination of work process to identify problems and methods for improvement. As what it text says, the quality improvement process we're in, after the feedbacking, it is already time to improve the quality, or to the help of the training, it enables you to improve the quality of your work or your performance. Then, first, the steps of the CQI process, and CQI involves several steps for improving a program. This includes discussing well the program is working, measuring the frequency of the problems, identifying the most frequent or costly problems, determining possible causes, brainstorming ideas for improvement, creating one or more interventions for improvements, repeating earlier measures to determine change, instituting a process for maintaining improvements, and implementing changes more widely throughout the organization or in other communities. These steps is very helpful in order the social actions initiatives will attain its VMG, or the vision, mission, and goals. By that, they are guiding these steps in order to fulfill the responsibilities of every volunteers and members. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am your next reporter, and I am Hazel Villanueva. Applying CQI to social entrepreneurship initiatives. Quality improvement process can be applied to social entrepreneurship initiatives in order to make them more effective and efficient. By analyzing and identifying the problems in the initiatives and using data to measure the frequency and cause of the problems, the initiatives can focus on the most pressing issues and determine possible causes. So CQI is a management philosophy that utilizes a continuous cycle of reviewing process with the goal of gathering data and using it to improve the overall process. So the purpose of CQI is to continuously improve. The goal is to decrease waste, streamline process, increase efficiency, and improve customer value. All of those things work together to improve the product, services, and procedures of an organization. Next is outcomes evaluation. Needs assessment aims to identify the existing problems or challenges to design a program that will positively impact the target group. First, measuring goal accomplishment and change is a critical component of evaluating program effectiveness. It involves evaluating whether program goals and objectives have been met and assessing any changes observed in the target population. Second, multiple measures of success and accountability to stakeholders are crucial in evaluating program effectiveness. The use of multiple measures helps capture the diverse aspect of program success, including the cost-benefit analysis, service delivery, attitudes of stakeholders, and decisions affected. Third one is strategies for tracking outcomes over time play a critical role in evaluating program effectiveness. Ongoing data tracking and evaluation help measure the program's effectiveness and identify areas for improvement. Corporate social performance. The challenge of assessing social performance and impact is difficult for practitioners and researchers in social entrepreneurship, with many finding it nearly impossible to quantify socioeconomic, environmental, and social effect. So, corporate social performance emphasizes the financial results of what the firm hopes to accomplish. It also emphasizes obligation and accountability to society, action, activity, outcomes, nor result. It helps improve consumers' perceptions of the company brand, thus giving them a competitive edge. Additionally, it helps attract more customers and investors, showing a sign of accountability that most people value. Indicators of social performance. The challenge of assessing the social performance and impact of companies is a significant one, but there are indicators that can be used to evaluate it, such as disclosure, reputation ratings, social audits, and social processes. So, indicators of social performance can assess an employee to understand an organization's mission. It is the measurement of social performance involves investigating structure of an organization. Example, the mission, ownership, management principles, relation to and care for its staff, services, market behavior, and etc. So next, relationship between social and financial performance. The relationship between social and financial performance has been a subject of debate, with some arguing that social responsibility can enhance financial performance, while others contend it can be costly. So the good example of it is a good financial performance result in good social performance, as companies that more profitable have more resources to invest social activities. So the next is role of the CEO's background in social performance. The CEO's background can also play a role in a company's social performance. Leaders with a background in CSR or advocacy are more likely to prioritize social responsibility in their companies and have a better understanding of social issues that should be addressed. Companies should consider the CEO's background when selecting leaders who align with their social priorities.
Research design. To determine whether a social change intervention has been effective, a research design is needed to collect multiple measures of outcomes over time and compare the results to control or comparison groups. This helps to isolate the variation of outcome measures and determine the effectiveness of the intervention. So, the research design provides a roadmap for the researchers to follow throughout their investigation process by guiding them in selecting appropriate methods and procedures to address the research questions effectively. Importance of a research plan for measuring outcomes. Having a research plan is crucial when measuring outcomes of a social change intervention. It provides a systematic way to collect and analyze data, which helps to determine whether the intervention is making a difference. Research plan helps in clearly defining the objectives and goals of the study. So it ensures the researchers have a clear understanding of what they want to achieve and what outcomes they are looking to measure. So it enables researchers to allocate resources effectively and estimating costs. So this allows for efficient planning and budgeting while ensuring that all necessary resources are available when needed. Elements of a research plan. Why measure, whom to measure, what to measure, and when, how often to measure, what to look for. Why do we need to know the elements of a research plan? So, it provides structure to studies while allowing researchers to anticipate challenges and communicate their work effectively. So we should strive to develop compulsive research plans before embarking on any study. Developing a plan to track outcomes. Many programs lack a proper plan for collecting, processing, and evaluating outcomes data. This is often due to misconceptions about the cost and difficulty of evaluation or a fear that negative results may decrease support for the program. By implementing an effective tracking system, organizations can measure success, identify areas for improvement, make informed decisions based on reliable evidence. Importance of a tracking system to collect and analyze data over time. So, a tracking system is essential for collecting and analyzing data over time in order to assess the progress or the effectiveness of a program. A tracking system is essential for any organizations looking to collect and analyze data over time effectively, since it provides accurate and reliable information while enabling business to monitor changes over time and benchmark against past performance or industry standards. Strategies for establishing a tracking system. Establishing a tracking system involves several steps, including identifying the relevant data to be collected, determining how it will be collected and analyzed, developing a system for regularly tracking and reporting progress. Establishing an effective tracking system requires careful planning and execution. By defining objectives clearly, selecting appropriate technology solutions, providing adequate training to employees, and regularly evaluating performance metrics. And also, businesses can establish monitoring framework that contributes towards achieving organizational goals efficiently.
Closing the loop, a case study is a big brother and a big sister of a Long Island evaluate the program using standardized evaluation instrument, and the results showed a positive outcome for the children involved. National study that also support the effectiveness of the mentoring relationship in helping children avoid negative behavior. The simple word, the closing the loop, a case study about a big brother and a big sister of a Long Island, is a special tool to assess their program, and when they uses these tools, they find that the children participating in their program experience positive changes. Additionally, studies done across the country agree that mentoring relationship can really help children stay away from the bad behavior. Organizational analysis. Comprehensive checklist for analyzing a social enterprise by evaluating its purpose, issues, leadership, orientation, issue, goals, strategy, and outcomes. It can be filled out through the interviews, observation, and information, and gleaned from the published source to assessing the evaluation to a single organization or one-time effort. It simply means that a comprehensive checklist that helps analyze a social enterprise. These checklists look at the different aspects such as the purpose of the organization, the issue it's aimed to solve, its leadership style, the current situation it operates in, its goal, strategy, and finally, the outcome it has achieved. This checklist can be completed by the conducting interviews, making observation, and gathering information from published sources. It provides a way to assessing the evaluation of social enterprise, whether it is an ongoing organization or one-time project. Example of the checklist as goals and objective. What are the primarily objective of the social entrepreneurship entity? Are these objective clearly defined and measurable, or are these goals aligned with the mission and vision of an organization? For example, if you need to get the goals and the objective of your organization, you must use some of the questions such as what are the primarily objective of the social entrepreneurship entity? Are these objective clearly defined and measurable, or are these goals aligned with the mission and vision of an organization? It is also some with the impact of, if you wanted to know the impact of the certain things, you must ask some of these questions that will serve as a guide in order to able to get the result. Summaries. Continuous evaluation is a crucial social entrepreneurship to ensure optimal performance and goals aligned. Through research and engagement with the stakeholders help identify the needs and develop sustainable solutions, both quantitative and qualitative. Means should be used to assessing outcomes, including financial report and feedback from the stakeholder. To improve the performance, entities should identify the areas for improvement and implement strategy to address them, such as reversing processes and information. Overall, social entrepreneurship requires continuous evaluation, prioritizing stakeholders' needed and preference, and consists of performance improvement. Continuous improvement is a crucial in the social entrepreneurship to ensure the optimal performance and goals aligned through the research and engagement with stakeholders help identify the needs and develop suitable solutions. Both qualitative and quantitative measures should be used to assessing outcomes, including financial report and feedback from the stakeholders. To improve the performance, entities should identify the area from the improvement and implement strategy to address them, such as reversing processes and operation. Overall, social entrepreneurship requires continuous evaluation, prioritizing stakeholder needs and preferences, and consistent performance improvement.